Hello. Ooh, we got a kitty.
Yeah, she goes anywhere I'm at. Say hey.
Hey, kitty, kitty, kitty.
Say hey, Ziva.
Bye, kitty.
I just got me some new Jello shots glasses. I'm excited. Making me some Jello shots for this weekend.
Alrighty. Trying to get this thing shared out. Trying to do it on the computer this time instead of on my phone. Still a pain in the ass.
You're a pain in the ass. Oh, is that ugly, Adrian?
There's the other pain in the ass.
That's ugly, Adrian. That's it, girl.
I forgot my phone.
Well, good. No one's gonna call you anyways.
Whatever. You try to sext me all the time.
Don't be telling all of our secrets.
Oh, it's not a secret. I share it with everybody.
Oh, and everybody, yes, the fish are talking. It's, if you don't know, the fish can talk. That's who's talking.
Hello, Mort. Hello, Antone, Brad,
Hey, everyone.
and hello, Adrian.
Hi.
There's a sexy one.
Oh. We
Oh,
are.
Lord.
Hey, have you heard any more on the hail? I just got the warning.
Oh, see, now we're getting rain over here. Well, sprinkles over here now.
We got rain, but now they're talking about tennis ball size hail. So we had to go put blankets on the windows of the cars and all kinds of good stuff.
Amazon, well, a lot of places, but Amazon sells the hail blankets.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
We don't have it often enough to invest in stuff like that, but I sure
They're not
have new
cheap.
blankets.
They're not cheap.
I didn't think so.
Because even the other house, now this one, because the carport's closed in and turned into 3 different rooms. The other one, when we close, we're going to close in the carport too. But, heck, it doesn't even matter. The way everything's been blowing, it'll blow sideways.
Yes.
Okay, give me 1 second.
Hey, I don't know who Facebook user is, but whoever said hey all, it's not showing who you are. So
Somebody on the Universal page. I will try and find that real quick. Trying to get this show shared out. It's Tom. Tom and Nicholas. Hello,
okay.
Tom.
Well, we want to see you, so go to another page and log in.
Brad,
Yeah.
who'd you bet on? Did you lose?
Brad loses even when he thinks he's winning.
Oh, it's Tom. Why are you coming up, Facebook user, Tom?
He said probably because he went through the Universal page.
Yeah. And Brad, we don't know if Nick is going to be on tonight. He's going through some personal things, so he might take tonight off. He said he might show up later.
You'll get a kick out of this, Jeremy.
Yeah.
It's not.
There you are, Tom. We can see you now.
There you are.
Zephyr bit our lady that comes and deals with Andrew.
Say that again.
Really?
Zephyr bit that lady that comes and messes with Andrew. She's been here for I don't know how many times, and today she bit her and drew blood.
Wow.
Yeah. So the next month, 2 months, however long it's nice outside, she's getting a muzzle, and we're gonna go take her in public.
Oh boy.
Only 14 more days for what?
Yeah, I'm wondering about that myself, Brad.
Probably until you put them in the ground.
Well, that's possible. if I could figure out how to send something that direction, I would.
Hi, Scott.
So, Adrian, I know Jeremy said he hadn't last we heard, but have y'all had a chance to? Have y'all been watching the Legions of Exorcists?
Yes.
I'm loving. I think Rich's story. Oh, something happened. Okay, there we go. I think Rich's
Scott.
story comes on tonight. That was weird timing.
That bat was not big. I'm telling you, that thing was the size of my thumb. And then what I didn't show because it was morbid, found another one in the basement, dead, like on my craft table. Yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on, but it's got to go. It has to go.
So, Scott, who is afraid of the big black bat? Would it be the Riddler, Jim Carrey?
How the hell?
Scotty is. Shorty is. Oh, Shorty, message me. I want to talk to you.
I can't find my phone. Will you look in the kitchen for me? I thought I laid it here, but it's not there.
He probably took your phone because he was looking for his
Yep.
phone, so he probably stole your phone. Zane told you.
He has two phones.
He just handed her.
He has two phones. He does not need to look for mine to find his.
Look, I get the living room to myself tonight.
Why?
No screaming kids, no, I don't know. I was like, I'm gonna come in the living room. Forget my bedroom. I'm coming to the living room.
She's probably got gas. And
So
no
now
one
we're going to
be
play
around.
this new game.
No, I'm waiting until I get around you.
Ah,
Oh, he wouldn't even notice the way this dog underneath his desk smells.
Whenever, Scott. Whenever.
Brad, what is July 32nd? What the hell, dude? Dude.
So we're going to start playing a game here with Eileen. Every week, we are going to be guessing where she is at, which room she's at in the house, and in some cases, which house she's in.
Even if I'm at work, I've done it at work.
Yes, you have.
I've done it on the road.
does she get to guess? Because she seems like she doesn't know where she's at half the time.
Don't be telling all my secrets.
Hello, Joe. Joe, you feeling better?
What'd you lose?
All those
His mind.
picked up.
You took him that direction. That's all I know.
Oh yeah, I had to go and unlock a gate that was unlocked. Hit me.
Okay.
So Tom and Nick are going to be headed to Woodstock 2, to the Haunted Opera House. Interesting. Whenever I think of Woodstock, I think of the one over there in New York that they did. And they also did an actual Woodstock #2, didn't they? Back in the 90s?
I think they did. I mean, obviously, it wasn't nearly the turnout, but I think they did.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't really hear much about it. And evidently they decided not to do a third in Woodstock because the second one was 20 years past the first one. Now we are way overdue for the 40-year anniversary, aren't we? What year was Woodstock anyway?
Let me see. I don't know. Jeremy, weren't you alive back then?
Not in the 70s. I may be old, but I'm not that old.
1969, October 15th through 18th, 1969.
That's 11 years before I was born.
Brad, dude,
No, I'll be right
you're
back.
not going to live to see tomorrow.
Okay, Woodstock, Illinois.
You'll be lucky to get this old. I promise you.
Hello,
Joanne, Sure, I will. It takes you longer to get here. No, oh, buddy, you have no idea. You have no idea how quickly I can get somewhere. Ask
She can
Jan.
be, she can be here in a day. Hello, Chrissy.
Ask Jen how long it takes me to get somewhere. She calls me the night before and says, I'm on my way. We're going to Wisconsin. Let's go.
Brad, you better be nice to me now. My sisters are in the house.
Uh-oh.
They get you. Hey, sisters. I love you.
Oh, my
Look,
goodness.
do you think I could have a bigger cord? It's already plugged into the wall, and this is the rest of the cord.
I need
I
one
need
like
a cord
that.
like that.
It's a 10-footer.
I need a
Oh,
cord like
what
that.
I was telling you last night, Jeremy,
Yeah.
I can't find that anywhere either. I think somebody just said something, talking some crap. I do know 3 others that were filmed here, but that's not one of them. It didn't
What
show it
other?
anyway.
Children of the Corn.
Yeah.
Supposedly, one of the 1,000 Children of the Corn movies that they made was filmed, at least in part, in Greeley.
But I couldn't find that anywhere.
Yeah, I couldn't either. I went through all the pages for the different movies. No, Brad.
Yeah.
I went through all the pages, and they were saying either Iowa, Texas, North Carolina, one of them, but nothing in any Colorado city.
Yeah. Now for Greeley, it's got Over the Edge, which is a 1979 movie. The Frisco Kid, Searching for Fortune, Mention. I don't know what that is. The Last Boogateer, Meat, American Damnation, Working Stiffs. There's a whole list of them done here, but
Hi, Carl.
that ain't one of them.
And I have never heard of any of those titles.
No, there was some when I looked it up yesterday. A water war in Spudville. Now, why would they do? Oh, Dumb and Dumber 2 was filmed here. Die Hard 2.
Oh, so you're telling me that? So that's how Zach ended up there. Got it.
You know, Dumb and Dumber, interesting story. When they did their first one, I was working at the Turnpike on in Veneta, Oklahoma. The van come through. I had no clue about that thing. I've worked all my life. I did not have time to sit and watch movies, and I'm not even sure it was out yet, but they were touring that van, and I got to go in it and, you know, the little dog ears and the whole bit, but it didn't mean nothing to me till I saw it years later. Hi, Carl.
It's funny that the only I've seen the movie, but the only thing that I can really remember was when it was Jim Carrey and I don't even remember who the actress was, but he was trying to get with her, ask her out something, and she said never in a million years, and he said, "Oh, so there's a chance."
God.
Yeah, I can't even remember who that was.
Yeah. From what I see here, Centennial, Die Hard 2, Dumb and Dumber were filmed in this county. And they have provided the sites for many movies in the past 87 years. Well, 87 years.
Well, I think we're starting to become one of the movie capitals now, because I think we just got through filming. I don't know why my screen keeps doing that, but filming. Who was it? Christopher Lloyd was here filming, and then, in fact, a friend of mine actually ended up being the Uber driver for Christopher Lloyd when he went to Comic-Con. And then George Lopez was here filming. Bruce Willis actually was here right before he retired filming.
Wow.
Tom said that's where they filmed Groundhog Day. Where?
What is going on with my screen?
No, the Dumb and Dumber is not about you. That's a popular show. You are not popular. Sit down, shut up.
Definitely not popular.
Hello,
Hi,
Donna.
Donna. Yeah, we had that was just a quick one of those things we sit in front of the TV and go, oh, let's look it up.
Let me see.
Yeah. And I had to tell that to everybody because not everybody, but Nick is always the corn. So yeah, it turned out it wasn't even true. So whatever. Ah. How does he keep from falling out of this chair? Like, there's glass back here.
Yeah, that's and that aquarium is definitely something you don't want falling.
Well, the aquarium, I don't care. It's this. All this stuff. That's
It's
new.
a
He just did
setup.
this today because he had that little one and he was cleaning it and broke it.
Oh,
So, yeah.
yeah, Scott, you do. You got corn all over the place.
I can tell you where he put. Never mind.
Well, Woodstock, okay.
Not even gonna say it. Not even gonna say it.
No, he literally lives in the middle of a cornfield.
Yeah, but that's where I wasn't gonna go with what he does with that corn.
Brad, let me tell you something. If that happens and you jinx me, I will see you tomorrow.
It almost did just happen.
Well, it was so strange because leans back and then it really leans back. And I saw him in here the other day
Keep
like
going.
this.
Keep going. Keep going, Adrian.
It won't. I don't know how now it's lifting the legs up, but I asked him, how the hell do you do that? He said, well, my bottom's heavy enough to keep it down. Okay.
So we really don't have a subject tonight. So what does everybody want to talk about?
Yeah,
We
Let's
actually
not
have a lot of
swear.
subjects,
folks.
just none of them are allowed.
You know, speaking of movies, I've been on a disaster movie kick lately. I'm watching 2012 and Geostorm, The Day After Tomorrow, San Andreas. I don't know. I just enjoy seeing destruction everywhere.
Okay. You stay there for a while till you're over that kick.
Well, I've moved on to science fiction comedy, The Orville.
I can deal with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, update. Jan made it to Jen's yesterday.
Good.
So, yes,
Oh,
they are.
good.
Finally, I don't have to worry about them. They're there. They're safe. We're good.
Now she's only a couple hours away from there.
5.5 actually.
Really?
A little too much.
See, I was kind of hoping Nick would end up when he comes on.
Oh,
Oh, he would enjoy that one. You make him so jealous.
he'll see it. Scott says I'm popular. Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
But never mind. I'm keeping my comments to myself.
All I heard was something about Adrian's legs being up. What? No, they were not.
Okay.
No, they were not. That hasn't happened. Never mind.
It would have been if she'd have fallen all the way down.
Next show.
Wrong show. I think there's one, I don't know, maybe, what's it called? Bondage? Some crap? I don't know. Internet what? What's wrong, Donna?
Maybe our internet's freezing up.
To let you two know, in 2 weeks, I probably won't be on this show.
Wait, you're on it now?
In 2 weeks.
What's more important than this show?
Yeah.
Probably going to be in a lot of pain that day.
Is that when you're having your surgery?
Well, not surgery, but yeah, I'm having a procedure done on that Monday morning. They're gonna drill back into the jaw to put in the basis for the implants.
Okay.
And if it's anything like what it was last time, I'm not going to be feeling so good for the next 10 days.
So you're going to be good to go for the Abbey, though, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I was actually kind of worried about that because of how soon it is now. I can't believe it's just a little over a month.
I know.
I'm doing the thing for my jaw. So for 10 days, I'll be out of sorts. And after that, I'll be fine.
They're not wiring it again, are they?
No.
Okay. That's all that matters.
Yeah, I don't really want to do that again.
No. Twice
No.
is enough.
Mm-mm.
Once is enough.
Yeah. But you had to do it twice.
I know.
What's up?
And also, I just set up an appointment for the end of the month to go and start seeing the doctor for my nose.
Okay. Yep, you'll do that for later in the year.
That'll be in the fall. Because he wants a minimum of 6 months to go beyond after the last surgery. Because he wants to make sure that all the bones over here have fused and mended and healed. And that would put it right up to the end of September.
Okay. Well, that's enough time then.
Unfortunately, that throws me right into the middle of the conventions we're going to be doing. Because we're setting up 2 conventions, one at the end of September and one towards the end of October.
Can y'all believe it's already getting that time again where everything's going to start picking up like crazy?
I
I
know.
mean, it seems like we just entered the year and we're already in July now.
Just entered the year. No, we're over halfway through it.
No, I said, it feels like we just entered the year.
Yeah.
I got to
Yeah.
start Christmas shopping already.
Yeah, well, I'm not. No. Nope, there's no little kids here, so no, we're good.
No, my kids just think they're little kids. I'm still here. I'm just got to grab my vape.
I wondered where it was.
Yeah, well, my car's a push start, and they needed my keys to go get pizza. So they took my car, or they took my purse, and they moved it
Oh,
because I just throw my keys in my purse and whatever.
so the other day, I told you the house has gotten pretty active. The other day, I was trying. I don't know what happened. Oh, Zach was having pain in his feet or something. Got up around midnight, came down here, and I woke up around that time. Realized he's not there. Okay, went back to sleep. Woke up about 2. Still wasn't there. Okay, we're gonna go check. Went downstairs. He's down here watching TV. Okay, went back upstairs. Could not go back to sleep. Every time I would doze off, a door would shut. And then at one point, somebody goes, "Here."
Oh my! That kind of happened to me the other day. I was walking through my living room, and I heard. I mean, there was no one here. The baby's gone. They're gone to different city right now, and I heard hello.
Yeah.
And I turned around. I was like, "What the heck?" I was like, "Okay, whatever, something, yeah, whatever." Look, Adrian, I even got me a little sash to put them in.
Oh my God, that's too many.
Well, they're 2 for $30 here. They're 2 for $30. So
I thought you stopped doing those,
Who?
who?
Adrian. I thought you stopped doing those.
Only if I pick up those cigarettes again, and somebody's gonna die.
I'm gonna say I do it in between cigarettes. What you talking about?
Well, no, I remember something a couple of weeks ago where there was something that happened. One of them blew up.
Oh, we were talking about them exploding. Yeah.
That one, yeah. that
Yeah,
one
but come on now. Cars can explode too. Are you gonna quit driving?
did. No, it was one of these that did that, but it was my fault because I stuck it in the bathwater.
And Brad, I want to get like Chrissy's is the big refillable ones, but the problem is I obviously change flavors.
You can get a whole bunch of different ones. Thank you, baby.
So I mean, I know, but then that's a lot of work versus just grabbing one. I had Domino's the chicken habanero sandwich tonight.
No, we're good. Thank you.
Hey, how was that sandwich, that breakfast sandwich yesterday?
It wasn't good.
It wasn't? I didn't think it would be.
I don't know.
You didn't eat it?
No,
It didn't make the travel good.
I forgot completely about it until the end of the day.
Mm. It was one of those sausage jalapeno.
That's what I had before when
Huh.
we went there. It
Huh.
was okay. I liked it, but I had already eaten.
I know, Chrissy, but the problem is I'd have to either get the kind that you can take the little thing out and move it, or you have to smoke like literally in about 10 minutes. I'm going to change flavors. I just can't keep smoking the same flavors.
Donna, you're welcome. I don't remember what I did, but you're welcome.
Well, Adrian, that's not unusual for you not to remember. Old age kicks in.
That is very true.
Yeah, and if anybody's going to know about old age, it's going to be our. Oh,
It's either not remembering something or getting two things mixed up. Of course, saying stuff like that you don't want to do while she's holding on to the knife.
You would think. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, we're doing it now, aren't we?
Yeah, I've been traveling to Macomb a lot, so I've been listening to, listening to podcasts, and I decided to do something I never do, and I started listening to the podcast about the Pearl High School shooting, and it's so funny when you're listening to things that you know about and just go, wait a second, wow, that person got this right, that person got this wrong. So I don't know, it's like, so if anybody has any cool podcast ideas, I'm gonna be going back to Macomb Monday. But I actually got me on the Columbine shooting, and so there was a lot of stuff I didn't know about that. Because it was
That's
just
not
a few
hard to
years.
revisit.
It was just a few years after ours, so I just didn't pay attention. It was too fresh at the time.
That's hard to revisit. Things like that.
I can still vividly remember being in one of my classrooms when the news about when that was actually happening while we were there.
Look how young you are.
It was just a couple months before I graduated. They popped it on the TV, and they were still going around shooting people while they were alive. And it was like, holy shit!
Well, because the media, are you talking about the Columbine one, right?
Yeah.
Because the media made it there before the police did, or but the whole thing was, like in our situation, the police were there fairly quickly in ours. But I mean,
Okay, so I have a question about what you think about this, which is very controversial. It's fine, but all those pictures that came out of two of the same people in 3 of the shootings.
I have seen that.
I haven't seen that, but I will tell you what broke my heart was I was watching a documentary because one thing I'm a rabbit hole person. One thing leads to another, and I go down a rabbit hole. And I did not realize, I say the famous, but the popular picture at Columbine where the kid's laying on the sidewalk.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know that's how the parents found out he was dead?
No.
Oh,
No one ever contacted the parents. They saw it on. They saw the photo.
Not no, but hell no.
Yeah.
I've been out of school. I thought you said alcohol. I was reading it from way back here. Been out of alcohol for 6 years. I was like, hell, I don't want to be around you then.
yeah. That is not the way to find out.
No,
No,
and that's not
absolutely
the
Not that there's any good way to find out, but
No.
not the way you want to find out.
No,
No. What I was
That
talking
broke my
about
heart.
was they were, somebody has to come up with the, oh, it's all a scam type thing. And they come up with pictures. And this was actually on the news. And didn't report it as, facts, but they showed two of the people in 3 of the shootings, simultaneous shootings, were in, and they were kids, in the same picture, in the pictures in each shooting, living.
I remember one of them is a girl with long brown hair.
Uh-huh.
You're gonna make me Google
And
this.
the other one, I want to say, is a skinny as a rail kid with curly blonde hair.
That's the one I remember.
Yeah, I remember seeing that. It was Columbine, and then there was another one in the 2000s, and then in the late 2000s.
Yep.
Well, you
But
had Sandy
It
Hook.
looked almost exactly the same, which would have been impossible unless it was just people that just happen to look like them as some weird ass. I think Sandy Hook might have been one of those, Scott.
I think so too.
Yeah. And it's just freaky as shit coincidence.
Mm-hmm.
But it does raise some questions, no doubt about that.
Yeah.
Well, I can vouch the one at Pearl was legit.
Oh no, they were legit. All of them, people died. Every one of them.
Because I know that's what they were saying about some of them that they weren't legit, but I can definitely vouch the one here was legit.
Mm-hmm.
They
weren't saying it wasn't legit. I think what their argument was that the media, it was all hyped up.
Oh,
And
how
then
the media
people-
just keeps sharing the same photos but different.
But it was the same people with different shootings.
Yeah.
And so it was, I don't know exactly what their issue was. I didn't take too much time to read that. I just kind of skimmed by it because obviously people died. That's the point. None of the rest of it is the point.
Speaking about the whole thing of these people dying and not dying, is I remember there was somebody on a podcast going around saying that the children at Sandy Hook didn't die. And
That's what I'm saying. I remember that going around, and I think that's BS.
I think actually that ended up going to court
it did.
and they ended up winning that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember seeing part of that trial. That was,
That was
I
ugly.
can't imagine. I can't imagine being a parent or a friend of one of those students that died and they said they didn't die.
Right, and then you have to relive it over and over and over.
Right.
Yep. People are crazy. That's all there is to it.
'Cause I'll never forget, my mom was, these silk shirts were really popular back in 97. And my mom had one of every color. And my favorite one was this deep, like purple one. And I guess I had worn it. And she kept saying, Eileen, where's my shirt? Where's my shirt? I was like, Mom, I don't know where the shirt is. I could not find this shirt to save my life. And I had gone to my friend's little sister, which she was like the little tag-along little sister. I went to Lydia's funeral from the shooting, and I came back home and I was like, well, Mom, I found the shirt. She goes, well, where'd you find it? Give it to me so I can wash it. I was like, or whatever she did, dry clean, whatever she did with it. I said, well, Lydia was just buried in it. And she, I guess I had left it when I went and stayed the night with Leanne and left it over there. And I guess that became her favorite shirt because her mom was like, well, that was her favorite shirt. We put her in it. I was like, Mom goes, you know what? She deserves the shirt. I mean, obviously we couldn't go get it back, but she's like, she deserves the shirt. Let her have the shirt. So every time I think about it, I think that girl's buried in my shirt, my mom's shirt.
Donna, no, your gifts didn't change. They enhanced. And it's what you need for the moment.
I'm taking a look at that list of school shootings, and the earliest that I could find where is it again? 1964. in Pennsylvania.
Scott, it's because you're so much shorter than me. You know, leprechauns age differently. See, Scott would know. Scotty would think I was mad at him if I was nice to him.
I think that's everybody you know.
But Adrian, I'm so nice to you.
When?
So basically, Chrissy, I'd have to lean down a little bit further to kiss him on the head.
Chrissy wanted to reiterate that she is 1 inch taller than Scott is.
Oh, God.
See, I'm nice to Chrissy, so that's why she knows I don't like her. I'll never let Chrissy live down like I met her. When I finally met her, I'd lean down and kissed her on top of her head. Literally.
Yeah, you can do that.
I'll never let her live that one down. But I think the way we met was still the funniest. Of course, I can't tell the story too much on here, but the funniest story in the world was actually the day I met Chrissy. I mean, that's...
Well, I do have one funny thing to share about Chrissy is that she jumps faster than anyone I know. I can't tell you how many times I'm investigating with her. I would sneak up behind her and do one of these things right on the back of her neck. She hated it. Yeah, I'm just waiting on that listen thing. Yep,
Listen.
Although I don't think I did at Mansfield. I don't think I did at Mansfield. But anyway, the earliest school shooting that I could find was back in 1764 in Pennsylvania. 10 kids were killed. And then after that, the next one that I found is in 1907 in Chile. 2,000 kids were killed due to the Chilean army.
There's a special place in hell for all those people.
Oh, yeah. I cannot imagine 2,000 children.
What was the first one you found? Because I see one in 1840 in Charlottesville, Virginia.
This one here is called the Enoch Brown School Massacre in Pennsylvania. It doesn't say the city. It just says in Pennsylvania. Click on it. It is in Greencastle, Pennsylvania.
There was actually one in Indiana in 1890.
There's nowhere safe anymore. And
Brazil, Indiana.
People won't even go in crowds anymore because it's liable to happen. There was, there's not been a school shooting here, but there was a student when school got out, went to another student's house and did that this year.
Okay, yeah. In Shelby County, that is
Indiana or Kentucky?
Indiana.
Okay.
Shelby County, that's actually where Brad lives.
Oh, there was one. There's been two in Mississippi, and one in the 1800s and one in 1904. One was in McGee, Mississippi. Dang. This one in McGee, Mississippi, parent E.E. Magnum was shot through the head and killed by the principal of the high school, Professor J.E. Woodward. After shooting the principal in the hand, Magnum had argued with Woodward, who had given Magnum's 15-year-old son a severe whooping.
Wow.
Wow.
Well, that goes back to my kid's never wrong. My kid doesn't do anything wrong. Well, wrong answer.
My kids did a lot wrong.
I didn't defend my kids like that. I would go home and ask what really happened. And, you get.
Now, there's times if you came to me and told me my second youngest son got in a fight. I'm gonna be telling you there's more to that story. I mean,
Yeah.
there's more. Now they and even my youngest, y'all don't know if y'all remember, y'all have met my youngest on again, off again. And I got a phone call from the school that he was getting suspended for fighting. I was like, what in the world did he do? I wasn't like, no, he didn't. Like, what did he do? Well, I knew there was more to the story. Evidently, a girl had been messaging him, and basically, her and her boyfriend broke up. My son's on the football team, so I think this was when he was in 8th grade. He's going into 10th this year, but her and her boyfriend had broken up, and she was saying that her boyfriend had done some bad things to her.
Mhm.
And what got my attention when I was reading the messages, she's like, well, why don't you go tell this person that he did this to me? Go tell this person, basically telling my son to go tell other football players that this boy did this stuff to this girl. I was like, okay, I don't feel that somebody who had been assaulted would want you to go tell a lot of people, especially football players.
Mhm.
I mean, we're in the South, football's a big deal. And so football players get away with a lot and all this. And this kid wasn't a football player. But so my son saw the boy walk through the school. The bell was about to ring. He saw the boy walk down the hallway. My son grabbed his book bag, ran the hall, threw his book bag down, and body slammed this kid on the ground. And he said he got a few licks in before, whatever. And I couldn't punish my son because he thought what he was doing was defending this girl.
Mhm.
Not saying it didn't happen to her by any means, and I hate to say that, but I think she was just trying to get the kid beat up, because you're not going to go around. And I mean, I'm sorry if I'm lying, but you're not going to go around and tell people to spread it around the school.
No.
I mean, that's stuff that you normally take in internally. Yes, you need to please go tell a parent or somebody, but you're not going to tell other kids to spread it around.
Yeah.
So I couldn't punish my kid.
Yeah.
And he didn't turn on the other people that were all involved in it. He took all the heat from the suspension, and the principal was actually honored with it. But we had just moved to the school the year before, so they called his previous school, and they're like, no, he's a straight A student. He's in the beta, and at the time too, he was in the beta club. He was, but he was also the football player. So they knew he wasn't a bad kid, so they only suspended him like one day for fighting. So that's why I tell them your reputation goes a long way.
Yeah.
It does.
Because most kids would have been at least 3 day suspension. Especially around here, it's a lot worse. Punishment's a lot worse around here. We've gone through the shootings or the shooting. And even though we're in a different town, but even the school that had it, I mean, you can literally, I've had to take one of my kids to, I don't know why my phone thing keeps doing that, but we had to take my kid to Region 8 because they found, my son wrote songs, my oldest boy, and it was kind of a depressing song, which he's into death metal. And they thought it was a song that he was writing about suicide. And then when you started reading the lyrics, it matched up with at this point, he wasn't even writing his own song. He was writing lyrics to other songs. So we had to send him to all these classes to make sure he wasn't depressed before he could return back to school. So, I mean, we have strict rules around here.
Which isn't a bad thing, but
it sometimes it's overboard. When I'm sitting there
Yeah.
going, I know my kid. I know why he wrote this. I know what he was doing. But we had to. Another one of my kids, he was too smart for the school. And how the heck do I have smart kids? I don't know. But he was too smart for the school, and so he was bored. We had to go to parenting classes because he acted up in class, basically talking a lot, going to, like walking around the room when he was bored. It was all because he was just bored. And we kept telling the teachers, give him more work to do. He needs more work. They would not give him anything to do, so we ended up having to change teachers. But yeah, they even made us go through parenting classes for that.
no.
Yeah, I've got Pearl High School shooting pulled up here.
I think the worst thing on that day, because I wasn't there, I was at work, but I mean, a very small town. I think there was less than 20, I forget how many people were in town. But my mom called me, and my friend's mom worked with her, and she called me and she said, "Hey, Harriet's worried about her son." And of course, we didn't have a lot of cell phones back then. So everything we were getting was people who had left the school coming and talking to us because we're brand new graduated. And they said that her son had been shot and killed. So I had to call my mom. I said, "Look, I don't know how true this is, but I believe I've heard, and he still is a good friend of mine. Heard he's been shot and killed." And she goes, "How do I tell her this?" I said, "Don't." I said, "Because I don't know. I don't want to freak her out, but regardless, she needs to get to Pearl." And but luckily he had just gotten shot in the hip. And then another one of my best friends, her little brother was still in school, and he got shot. Well, but Luke turned the gun on his girlfriend, my friend's girlfriend, and I believe she was pregnant at the time, and so my friend jumped in front of her and caught that bullet. And Luke walks up to him and says, "I'm sorry, I thought you were Kyle Foster, which was our mayor's son." And he goes, "I didn't mean to shoot you," and kept going. And the whole time, though, we had teachers kind of directing people, because I went right afterwards, and it was horrible looking. But one of the teachers that had to direct the students how to get out was watching the shooting. It was that kid's mama. Had to watch her son get shot.
No.
But she had to, she couldn't get to him, but she had to get all the other people out to safety.
Well, according to this, the shooter killed his mother.
My friend's mother that got shot. He killed his mom, and actually, me and him were friends. I mean, he went to prom with one of the girls he killed. He went to prom with her big sister, who was one of my best friends. Again, I think my graduating class was maybe 60 people. So, I mean, we knew all the underclassmen, and most of us had known each other since grade school. And he killed his mom before. In fact, the ringleader, I'm still not even really friends with him on Facebook, because he sent me a friend's request, and I can't, because we were friends. We were working together at the time of the shooting, and he was supposed to do the night shift, and we were in college together, which the college is right next door to the high school. And he had withdrawn from all his classes the day of the shooting, and he never showed up for work that night. So that's why I do believe that he was involved.
Wow.
But because I had known him since we were little, because we graduated together.
Yeah, because I'm looking up the stats for the high school. School bullying was the motive.
And
Childhood abuse was.
Don't believe everything you see or read.
They always give an excuse.
Yeah. Well,
now was he Mr. Popular? No. But like I've heard people say, "Oh, people slammed his face down in TV in the food tray." Unless it happened the year after I graduated, I can't vouch for any of that. He'd sit with me at the lunch table. I mean, and of course, I may have had rose-colored glasses on because I was that person that was friends with people from, all walks of life. One of my closest, and still, we kind of separated throughout the years because he lives out of state. But there was one kid that was picked on tremendously in high school throughout his life. And it was because he was gay. And this is a different kid. Everyone knew he was gay. He never hid it. And actually, he reached out to me about a year or two ago and asked me, and he dresses in drag a lot, but he asked me because he told me he appreciated throughout high school how we were all close. And I said, why we were close? I said, because you never pretended to be something you weren't. I mean, because I mean, even his brother tried to pretend like he didn't know him sometimes. And so, I mean, but people were mean to him, but they weren't. It wasn't like, let me take you in the toilet, let me slam your head in the locker, or let me, push. As far as I know, I mean, he never told me any of that stuff. So yeah, it was. I mean, it was still high school. Is there bullying going on in high school? Yes, there is. I mean, you always get that, but you're not gonna. I mean, it wasn't like we had four hallways. It was mesh. Upper left hand corner was math. Across the hall was English. Down to the left was science, and down to the right was history. So that, I mean, literally, that's all the school was 2 stories, 2 wings, upstairs, downstairs. That was it.
Yep.
So it wasn't like it was this huge school. It's bigger now, but that you could do a lot of hidden stuff in. So, but it's just, I don't know. Don't believe all the reasonings, because he point blank said in his interview when he got caught that he was of sound mind. Then he tried to do the sanity plea.
Yeah, that's not going to work.
It took forever for anybody in Pearl to touch that house. I mean, whenever the house went up for sale, I think it was somebody out of state ended up buying the house, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was a Katrina person.
Donna, PM me the picture of where it happened. I'll let you know.
So I'm looking up number of deaths at these locations. Most of them are 1, 2, 3, 5. There was one in 1966. It's actually at a college, University of Texas Tower shooting.
Oh, I remember hearing about that one. The guy sat at the tower and was shooting at the courtyards. Was it in the Was that in the 60s, or did it happen multiple times? Am I thinking a different one?
This specific one is 1966 in Austin, Texas. He shot 49 people. 18 of them died.
He didn't see. For some reason, I was thinking that was later than that, but I don't know. Maybe it was my different life.
Unless you're thinking of the Virginia Tech shooting that was
no. Maybe I just watched too much television, or maybe I was alive back then and didn't remember. That was one of my past lives.
I try not to even watch the news.
I don't watch the news, but like I tell my daughter will sit there, and I think I told y'all this before. She sits there and talks about, oh, did you see this? This is so I was like, then why are you sharing it out?
Mm-hmm.
I said, just like, in just to say the Pearl High School shooting. If I try my best not to say the guy's name,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to give him the publicity he wanted.
Mm-hmm.
I will talk about the victims, but I will not give him the publicity. And that's what 90% of it is, publicity.
There you go.
I won't give people, I won't give people even, any type of mass murders, if they're still around, unless, you try not to give the people the publicity they want, because that's exactly what they're going for.
Yeah. Even if it's not positive publicity, it's still publicity.
Yeah.
Remember the victims, not the criminals.
And I think the news ought to do the same thing. Do not mention their names. Do not put their pictures up there. Just
the FBI will tell you that. We've gone through several active shooter drills. We've gone through because, and with our job, and they'll tell you all the time, do not, because if you do it for one, the next one's going to go, I can be better, bigger and better than this.
Yeah. And, that's some of the serial killers did the same thing. Like the one taunting the police.
Mm-hmm.
That they do it for the publicity. Obviously some of them have a screw loose.
Yeah, some of them, yeah.
They feel the need to do that and they can't control it. Okay, whatever. But the ones that do that for the publicity, no. It's not funny. It's not. No.
You want to be famous? Well, guess what? You just made the victims famous.
Yeah.
not yourself.
You want to be famous, work for it.
Yeah.
We're in America. You can do whatever you want to do. You can be famous if you want to. You
Just
wanna
get on
work hard.
TikTok. Be famous on TikTok.
Yeah, you can now, yeah. Especially if you're on there with no clothes on.
Oh, speaking of, they made it illegal to watch porn in Mississippi. Like the 4 states, it's illegal to watch porn.
Okay.
Stream, I should say.
There's also something in another state, and I don't remember. Zach was telling me, I don't remember.
Hold
A
on,
while
I'm gonna
back.
mute. My device is going to go off like crazy. Hold on. I'm going on mute and listen.
They made it where you couldn't access TikTok in that state. Okay, excuse me. How are you going to enforce that? Tell me that.
You can't.
No, they were trying to prove a point, but I don't know how well it turned out.
Wow.
She has a lot in her room. Hi, Jeremy, and to the 2 women. Oh, that's still goat. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
She has a lot in her room.
I have a lot of 8 o'clock. You have a lot in your room.
You got behind you.
Oh, okay. I hope you're talking about what's behind me and not what's here. You can't see.
Behind you. But all my 8 o'clock notifications come on.
yeah.
So my baby needs her meds.
Yeah, see, actually, let me see if I can do this without. Yeah, see, it's really a big office. It really is. It's just a matter of.
And the low ceiling on top of that.
Yeah, see. Oh, well. There. That's what you got to worry about.
Yes.
That's right, because you're in a basement, aren't you?
Uh-huh. Yeah. And it
I
does.
never hit on
like
that.
that curtain.
There's my ceiling.
Yeah, see, it's a real ceiling, but you're not in a basement.
No, I'm not.
Pipes. Now I'll never get this right again. Yeah, that's what I thought. He's going to kill me.
Hey,
Okay,
John, baby, need
I
your
see a
help.
boobies. I see a boobies.
Not on me, because I ain't got none. All right, there we go.
There you go.
If I put it back exactly where he had it, he won't kill me.
It's a little bit higher than he had it.
That's okay. We can not look at the non-existent boobies. We're okay.
Well, actually, what we can look at, and this is what gets my attention, the paintings back there in the background. I like those.
A lady that is a partner on his business painted those. Yeah, and that Colorado one.
I like the one that looks like it's got fish swimming around.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, this Colorado one he did is in high school, but yeah, it is pretty cool. It still amazes me how you can just swipe a paintbrush on some paintings and sell them.
And sew them? Did you just say sew them?
Sell them.
Oh, sell them. I thought you said sew them. I was like, honey, that's a totally different crap.
Yeah, well, it all works. Well, it's stapled to the canvas, so they could sew it. I don't know.
Staple, sew, hey.
That's the way I fix my kids' clothes. You know, if they come apart, just staple it on them. We're good.
Ah, super glue.
The ceiling. Yeah, the problem with the ceiling is you will hit your head. And I've actually got a towel on okay, so this house was built in 1920. So this is the radiator system. These pipes are the radiator system that heats the house. And they still work. But the little knobs there, the release knobs, is what will get you when you hit your head on them. It'll make some nice scars.
The one there in that room, Zach took the towel off to show me what it looked like, and
You see why I put it on?
yeah,
He kept hitting his head, and he'd cuss and keep on going. Next time he'd do it again.
yeah, that basement was not built for tall people.
No. But in 1920, who was tall? People had grown.
Well, but at the same time, in 1920, there weren't that many people living in basements either.
No, this was a daycare. It was a daycare back then. Is that blueberry wine, Eileen?
No,
Oh,
it's just Moscato.
oh. Zach likes the blueberry.
I gotta figure out what to do with those when I move on my little tins. I don't know if you can see them.
That is low.
Well, that's my bay window. Hold on. Oh, hold on. Am I muted? Okay.
Now
See,
we can,
I collect tins.
you have a Sprite one?
No, I've got an orange crush. Let's see. My bay window area. Y'all forgive my house. I'm moving. Don't forget
You've been moving for 2 damn years.
Wow. And they don't make these like that anymore.
I love those windows. Do those have the blinds built in? Or are they on the outside?
We can't hear you, Eileen.
Oh no, I got it. They're on the outside. They're on the inside.
There we go. Yeah, no, they're on the inside.
Okay.
So yeah. I had to come get me some wine. Y'all make me drink. Oh, I don't know if he's not. Oh, hold on. There we go. I don't know if you can see.
Oh,
Thank
yeah.
you so much.
Nick would have a heyday with that one.
I painted
She
that.
just got her Moscato out.
Yeah, I painted that a couple of years ago.
Which dry drops in?
Was that before or after the whole?
Just do this.
Oh yeah, yeah. Eileen.
What? Are we okay, Jeremy? It's time for you to pull yours out.
Yeah, I can't hold anymore.
Oh, what out?
No, you want to see something funny? Hold on.
Holy cow.
You
Pull
know
it out,
what I
Jeremy.
use?
Pull it out.
Pull it out, Jeremy.
So, okay,
This
y'all
is
really,
the chocolate at.
hold on. Let me move some stuff because y'all can't see how nasty that
How
is.
many do you have over there?
You know what?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
No. You
The
want to
thing
see my
is-
excuse for drinking wine?
You know, the
So
thing
I
is,
can
Jeremy,
drink
we
it.
use this. We work with One Hope Wines to raise money for nonprofits. So
None of them are open.
See? Look, I made a lamp out of a wine bottle.
May as well.
So that's my excuse for drinking wine is I need the bottles.
That's actually pretty cool.
I need the bottles to make the to make
Well,
things with.
here's me whipping mine out.
whoa, what's the rating
And
of this?
whatever,
You know that Peyronie's disease? You might want to check into that.
and Goat, I'm in Mississippi and it's currently 8:07.
907 for me in Indiana.
See, Andrew? That's what I'm talking about.
See, this redneck, I don't bother with the wine. That's why it's still closed. Me?
Okay, hold on.
Oh, she keeps it down to earth. She drinks out of the can like it's supposed to be drank.
Well, not on a show.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't want to, make this here, kids, let's drink show. Jello shots?
Yeah.
I still have never made those. Too much sugar, not enough
But
alcohol.
now she has a choice. If she takes the blue Jello shot, she gets this. If she gets the red Jello shot, she can forget this.
Well, see, this is the strawberry Jello with peach vodka, and then the berry Jello with just regular vodka.
Yeah, nope. Mm-mm. I'm not allowed to touch vodka ever again.
Who are you asking if we're by the river?
Or by the river.
I mean,
Are you in?
I'm about
What state
45
am I in? Colorado, where it's legal to smoke, eat mushrooms.
I am 45 minutes from the Mississippi River.
They got three rivers here in Fort Wayne. They run into each other. So
I'm about to find the river this coming weekend. Our fishing spot is too far away, and all you catch is rainbow trout.
See,
I'm
now
a
we've got the reservoir, which I know from my job, 35,000 acres of man-made lake, and but we're about 3 hours from the Gulf, well, 2.5, something like that, hours from the Gulf Coast, and about 30, depending on how you drive, 30-45 minutes from the Mississippi River.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, Jeff is asking if you've heard of Mud Island.
Mud Island?
I'm about to say I haven't, but I mean I've heard of some mud islands, but I don't think that that's where you're talking about.
I typed in Mud Island and it's in Memphis, Tennessee.
Oh, okay, so yeah, Memphis is about 3 hours north of me.
Yeah. Mud Island Park sits in the heart of Mississippi River, a short walk from downtown Memphis.
No, we go to Memphis every now and then. And I don't do the whole go to Bill Street, go to even when I'm in New Orleans, I don't go to Bourbon. I go to Frenchman. I do more local stuff when I'm in these places because I always end up with locals.
Now this here is pretty cool. There is actually a street map of Mississippi on the floor of this park.
Of the Mississippi River or Mississippi itself?
Mississippi itself.
I'm about to say, now we have a park somewhere, and I don't know. You know how it is. You always think your state is the most boring state in the world, most people, because you take for granted the stuff that you.
See,
Where's that at?
it's right there in Mississippi River Park.
Okay, so I wonder. Yeah, see, but the Mississippi River runs alongside the whole.
Mhm.
The whole state.
This must be Mississippi River right here. It's actually pretty cool.
Hotty toddy, gosh almighty.
That's actually pretty cool. I like that.
The heck?
Oh,
What are
man,
you?
I'm tired already.
What are you talking about, Adrian?
I just got the. I'm gonna have to send this to you, Jeremy, to put this up. I didn't get a chance to read it, but it is really, really cool picture.
All right.
Now, why? It's something Zach got off Instagram, but here we go.
Oh,
I just can't figure out what. Is it a weather anomaly? What the hell is it?
Hey, go when you say go Razorbacks, I have to say hotty toddy, gosh almighty.
look at that.
The heck is that?
I don't know. I guess it's coming out of there, but pretty cool.
Hey, baby.
Now, wouldn't that be a hell of a place to ground?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah. That's computer generated.
Is it?
Yeah. You can. Oh, yeah, that's computer generated.
I didn't look at it long enough,
Oh,
but I would go to any one of those. Yeah, I'm not there. I have no desire for those crazy things.
Yeah, that's all computer. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hold on, I'm chasing a ferret. Hold on. I'm here. I'm just chasing a ferret.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah, they did a good job on that one, but yeah, that's computer generated.
Most of those places I would definitely go.
That was a picture of an old wrestler from back in the 90s, Haku.
That's probably somebody that Zach knew or something.
I've seen a lot of videos like that on TikTok, and they are cool as hell. But in more cases than not, you can tell if it's real or not.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
It's harder on a phone, though.
yeah, they did a pretty good job on that one with the spinning cloud.
Uh-huh. And then it showed the waterfalls, and I thought, okay, well, that would explain, all those waterfalls would explain that.
Yeah, but when I got to that second waterfalls, the one that you said
Yeah.
would be pretty cool to ground in,
Yeah.
what tipped me off was that railing
Yep.
when it was moving by.
Yeah.
That railing, that's when I knew it was all computer stuff.
Somebody has a good imagination, though.
They do. They do.
I could
And I bet
definitely.
Eileen is still chasing a ferret around.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh,
My question is, why is it loose?
Because it came out wanting to play.
Then
so you leave it
leave
in
it
the cage all day long?
Huh?
You leave it in the cage all day?
Well, not all day, but most of it.
yeah, I had one get out through the dryer vent, ate the hose, and got out and froze to death.
Like I said, he's old, so he just had an accident. So I had to clean up his accident.
That is a terrible way to die.
Yeah, it would be.
Wow.
Yeah, so bless his heart, he just had an accident. So I had to clean him up.
Did you put him back in the cage?
I did. And now he's asleep. So
That didn't take long.
oh no, they don't. They sleep like 20 hours a day.
Oh, well,
Must be nice.
mine didn't.
Like I said, there used to be 3 of them. Y'all have to excuse my mess, but that's his cage.
Oh,
Ceiling to floor.
Oh, it's got plenty of room in there.
Yeah, there used to be 3 of them, but now there's just that one.
did they get along?
Oh yeah. In fact, when we brought him home, we call him Jaws because he was a biter. And my husband just said, okay, no, we're going to get him because if someone else gets him, they're going to end up putting him down because he'll bite them. And as soon as I went to pick him up, he bit me. And then when he bit you, he shook his head like a shark. So that's how we called him Jaws. And then we started biting him back and he quit biting. And so we had him in a smaller case. We had just gotten this one. We got him the day my son left for boot camp, and he was our retail therapy. And so we went to, and we had him in his own little bitty cage that you buy from PetSmart, and he weasels his way out of that one. So we're like, okay, and he broke it. So we're like, okay, we had to put him in this one. We hadn't acclimated the 2 yet. And so we put something over because each level you can take it apart, so we put something over it. Yeah, in the middle of the night, the 2 of them figured out how to move whatever we covered it with, and they were sleeping together. And then we brought the 3rd one in, and we're like, okay, this isn't going to be good. They're both male. She's female. Of course, they're fixed. And sure enough, instantly took to her. So now he's kind of lonely. So we try to, all his buddies are gone. And he plays with the cats, but,
How old is he?
We got him in 2015. So he's like 8 years old.
So he
We
was
got
just
the other one a year before. So yeah.
okay.
I remember when one of them passed away.
Yeah, that was last year. That was the baby girl. She had a seizure, and she was drinking water, we think, when she had her seizure. And it's just like the rabbits and all, and the water thing, I guess,
Hi,
went in
Marianne.
her mouth, and
Yeah.
yeah,
Choked
it
her.
destroyed her pretty good. Like my husband wouldn't even let me see her body.
Oh. We're talking about ferrets.
They had one the other day. Well, it wasn't the other day. It was almost a year ago now. But we went to the dog pound and got Ghost. And there was a ferret there that they had in quarantine and getting ready to put out. And I was like, oh my gosh, I want this thing. I want this thing. But then with this big dog, it's not going to happen because the dogs will eat it.
Y'all haven't met Loki. That's Loki. Say, hey, Loki. That's
Hey.
my
Comfortable. You
That's
don't
my
care.
fat boy. That's my fat boy. Say, hey.
When he looked into the camera, you could see like that. It's like he's got those yellow crescents, the black hole, and then blue.
Yeah, he's Loki because he tricked us into thinking he was the other black cat we got running around when she snuck out. When we were filming, the other one snuck out. And so she was missing. So my husband got this one, brought it to my work and said, hey, I think I found Sierra. And so I was like, okay, now she was in heat, so she took off. So and she went to so he brought her to my work, and he said, man, Sierra's acting weird. She's being all lovey-dovey, and Sierra's been skittish. We think she's got a little mental disability. And he goes, she's being real lovey-dovey. So he showed her to me. I said, look, I'm at work. I don't have time to look. So just take her home if you think it's Sierra. And I was like, but it doesn't look like Sierra. So I get home. My kids are on the bed petting her. And she gets ready to jump down. And I said, honey, bring me back that cat. Bring it back. I said, that's not our cat. And even the kids were like, Mom, this isn't our cat. I said, well, if the marking, because they're both black cat, but Sierra's got a little white under here. I said, and her eyes are crossed. And I said, if you didn't think that was, if the fact that all that didn't register that wasn't Sierra, maybe the balls on it should have. So that's how so his name's Loki because he tricked us into thinking it was Sierra.
What happened to that one that young one that came not long ago? It just showed up.
Which one are you talking about?
Would that be the one that was on the show first thing?
I don't know. There was a kitten that just showed, or maybe it was just the story you were telling us of how you acquired the cat.
Oh, that was Ziva you said earlier, how we acquired her, because they're all of our animals. Bear's my youngest, and Bear's what, a year and a half?
Okay, yeah, it was something about he brought her into you.
Oh yeah, that was Ziva, the one that was on.
Yeah, that one.
I don't know if she's muting herself on purpose or not, but it's happening.
She is.
It's a touch screen. But no, now Ziva, my husband used to get off of work. He wore a suit and tie, and he'd get off work, come in the door. She'd jump on the back of the couch. He'd have to pet her, and then she would run to the bedroom, sit on the bed, wait for him to get in the bedroom. He'd start changing clothes, petting her. She'd have to jump up, paw here, paw here. She'd take her paw, hit his hat off his head. She hates ball cats. Hit his head off the head, and then like nuzzle his neck and like give him kisses. One day he was filthy from work, so he said, I'm just gonna go straight to the shower. So he pet her when he walked in. He goes to the shower and doesn't go to the bedroom, but goes into the shower. And she's sitting there waiting the whole time he's in the shower for him to come and pet her and all this. And so when he finally comes in, she's like giving him this stink eye. He lays in the bed. She comes up to give him love. She turns around and pees in his face.
Nope. Gone.
Needless to say, he's never not given her love since then.
But that could have went one of two ways for that cat.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's his. He hates cats, but that's his baby. Like she has seizures and all this, and like that's his baby. All my animals, I believe animals are just like your children.
Yes, absolutely.
Because I'm about to say you won't probably meet Sierra because she's like I said, she's skittish, and I know y'all have met Bear. And then we got the 2 leopard geckos down in the lizard room.
I still have a 20 flipping something year old spider.
Well, he wants a tegu. Those are the big long lizards that you take. They almost look like a Komodo dragon, but they're they get that big. And
Do they have like poison in there?
not the tegus, the
Oh.
Komodo dragons, but not the tegus. And he wants a tegu. And you walk them around on a leash and outside. And but I put my foot down on a tegu.
My son, he was on the phone the other day and he was talking about the bearded dragon he had. Somebody gave it to me at one point, and I sent it home with him back to his dad when he was young.
See, ours died back February last year.
I remember that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was so funny because he was telling me, he was talking to me on the phone the other night, and he said, that dragon, and he was talking, and he said, Brittany gave it away, whatever. And then he said, do you remember that Iggy that we had? It was an iguana. And I said, I do, but you don't. I said, I was pregnant with you when it died. He goes, nuh-uh, Mom. He said, no. He said, I remember it got killed in the windowsill. Dad killed it on accident when he sat on the couch. And that is exactly what happened to that thing.
Oh, my goodness.
I said, Mason, you do not remember that. He said, I swear I do. Then there was another one named Iggy then. I said, no, there wasn't.
Well, see, we had a Chinese water dragon, which is almost like a iguana, but they call it the poor man's iguana, but they're not poor. I mean, gosh, just the humidity level for those.
Mm-hmm.
And it ended up getting mouth rot because it had a bad shed. It got infected, and the vet told us it'll only live a couple more weeks. Man, that sucker lived about 6 more months. We babied that sucker.
Yep.
But I love the only animals I don't. And I say animals, but only thing I don't like is snakes. I can deal with anything else. Snakes are the one thing I can't do.
Mm-hmm.
Like we were gonna get a pet possum. We were looking at lemurs. We were looking at monkeys. My mom used to have a spider monkey. Monkeys. My mama had a spider monkey. I'm weird. Have y'all not figured that out?
I would love to have a lemur.
I did not know that it was even legal to have a monkey.
You do have to have a little license for it and show that you have its shots and all that good stuff. But
what is it, like the sister of a kangaroo? What is it? Wallaby?
It looks like a rabbit cross.
No, it's like tall like a kangaroo, but are they called wallabies?
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
We looked at one of those. They wanted like 5,000 for it, so we're like, no.
That's not bad for that.
But no, not in a house.
Mm-mm.
But of course,
Tiny.
but we love animals. I mean,
my dad was a vet and he volunteered for the zoo, and I remember sleeping with a tiger cub.
Yeah, I remember you telling us about that. Yeah, there's certain. That's one reason I don't like snakes. I do think snakes are one of the things that cannot, love. And people say bearded dragons can't love, but let me tell you, my beardy, I'll rotate between he or she because you can't really sex them until they're older.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a he for the longest. We named him Leo until he started laying eggs. But Leo, when my son was in boot camp, he was going through Crucible, and he was on my shoulder, and I was like, if my son can't sleep, I can't sleep. As my oldest boy, and we're sitting there, and I was starting to tear up, thinking of what he was going through. That beardy crawled up, licked the teardrop off my eye or off my cheek, and then nuzzled his snout into my shoulder, into my neck, like he was giving me a hug, and he just sat there until I stopped sobbing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they feel emotions. I mean, if people can be empathic, why wouldn't they be long before we are? Because that's
They're not
their-
looking at what you're telling them; they're looking at what they feel from you.
Yeah, and that's actually the first sense that any living creature has. That's their first defense.
Mhm.
That's actually consistent for all the support animals too.
Yes, absolutely.
Look, we
And-
were coming. Keep in mind, I live in it's a small subdivision here. There's 20-something houses, if that. And so I
Tiny.
pull into my street. The first house on the right, there was 5 armadillos in the front yard the other day. Never seen an armadillo here before in my life, and there was 5 in one yard.
I had one that crawled under the fence, and I pulled him out by the tail because I thought it was stuck. He wasn't stuck. So I put him, it was in city limits. So I put him in a cage till the ranger could come get him and put him back out in the wild. He broke out of a dog kennel and was gone. I'm like, all right, I'm done. They can do what they want. I'm done.
See, I would say I would do anything. I felt bad because I was driving to work the other day, and literally this squirrel came out of nowhere, and I hit it.
Mhm.
And I mean, I literally, the whole way to work, I felt so bad. But I mean, there was nothing I could do. But I mean, it was still one of those things. It was still a living creature. It's still, I mean, how
Yeah.
much feelings, I don't know. I mean, I remember as a kid, we were chopping down pine trees, and I guess there was a squirrel's nest, and a cat went up, and the mom, I guess, thought the babies were gone because the cat went up to the nest. Well, we got the nest, brought it in, and put it under a heat lamp. And my grandmother up in Washington used to raise them to a certain age and then let them loose. So we're like, okay. So, I mean, I just, from a young age, just my mom would tell me to come home. I could have one cat. I'd come home with the whole litter.
Well, that's in Kansas, out like Kansas. This part of Kansas, Western Kansas, is fields. You can drive 100 miles and you can see your destination the whole time you're driving.
Mhm.
That's how flat it is, and no trees. So we lived way out in the country. Of course, in town you plant trees and you water them and they grow, but this was in the country, no trees. And my brother worked for the city, and he chopped down trees, and they were at work. There was no finding the mama, leaving them there. They were pulling trees and they were gone. And when he found babies, he'd bring them to us, or he'd bring them home to his house, and then raise them to that certain age and let them go. And they'd
We
raise
put
their
them on the
families.
Natchez Trace a lot of times here.
Yeah, and they raise their families there, and then their families there. I mean, they stay where they're put, pretty much. So we had one little baby, and he was getting ready to go on a trip, so he brought it out to our house out in the country. Inside, mind you, in a cage, inside. I'm 10 years old. What's the matter?
I'm hearing a rattling.
You better get the hell inside.
No, it sounded like a dog, like a dog collar, as we're talking about animals, but I was hearing a rattling.
I don't see anything, but go ahead.
But I was bottle feeding this thing, and then it go back in its cage, sleep. That mother, 20 miles away, within 2 days, was up on the only post in our yard that had a yard light, and was up there squawking for that baby. And I was like, oh my God. We finally had to give that baby to her. Just let it loose
Yes.
out there.
If she took it, I mean,
Oh, she did. She was out there to get it. She went 20 miles in 2 days to come get it.
Wow.
Animals are amazing.
Yeah,
And
we
there
had
are some animals, just like humans, that have no motherly instincts whatsoever, flipping ever.
tell you the one dog that scares me. Everybody's like pit bulls and Dobermans and all this is a chow.
Yeah, I've been bit.
Chow scare. After I saw a chow eat its young, that's the one animal that no.
I had one, and when I got pregnant, I rehomed it because I was scared of that.
Yeah, no. 'Cause
Now I'd have it, but I don't have any young ones to worry about. If it attacks me, okay. But then Zach really likes chow, so if we ever find one, we will get it. But not with children.
Yeah. That's the one. Jeremy, you don't have any pets, do you?
I do not. I used to have them when I was a kid. Mostly grew up with dachshunds.
You travel too much for a pet.
Hold on, I'm muting myself.
Not only that, if it jumped on Angelia and was laying across her face and she couldn't move it fast enough, and dogs they will get right there, give me attention.
Oh, she'd be the same way, and she would try poking at it and things like that. Just not a good combination.
It was my
It's
neighbor's
amazing.
dog.
It's amazing how these animals know. Like with him, they know.
hmm
And this one wouldn't take to anybody and took to him. Now she just don't give a shit. She bites people she don't like and takes to others she does. Huh. You're a brat.
She's under that cone now, right?
Yeah, she's out. She just yesterday.
Man, Bear wouldn't have that cone. Bear figured out how to work around the cone.
So did she. We ended up having to do it tight. But then her little accomplice pulled it off of her outside. And she come to the door just shaking like, I know I'm not supposed to have this off of me. I know I'm in trouble. And she knew better, but she also, we made some serious provisions. I didn't get to sleep in the bed for 2 weeks.
Oh, wow.
I slept in a separate room.
Yeah, because you were hearing all kinds of crap in that room.
Yeah, I don't know. This house is getting really active. Nothing is moving that I see. Of course, I don't see it. Mom does. But I haven't seen anything moving. I just hear it. And
Now, do you think your house is more family or just land?
family.
Family. That's what I thought.
And then things that are just coming through.
You're confined to that one room 10 hours a day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And what's bad, 10 hours a day, off a little while, back in it. But, during the day, nothing. It's when I'm trying to sleep. So that's why. And what I've learned is I joined it's like a, thank you, sweetheart. It's more of a circle for mediums. It's kind of a practice circle type thing. And, a lot of us are not, we're not Jennifer Lee. Let's put it that way. So, we get in there and do our thing. But what I have noticed, even before I know it's going to happen, right before somebody sends me a picture to read or gives me something to read, I can't sleep that night. And I hear words and sentences, audibly hear them, and get pictures of things. Like the other day, I still don't know what this means, but it was 3 white flags, and they were shaped funny, like they had just been willy-nilly put on the wall, and part of them hanging, corner hanging, something like that. But they were 3 white flags, and it had black symbols, but they weren't like Chinese symbols or any kind of symbols I've ever seen. Still don't know what that is yet. And when I do, it's going to drive me crazy till I do. But that day that I heard here was the next morning. A lady had sent me a picture and said, please read this. I knew nothing about her, knew nothing about the situation. It was just a man she sent me a picture of. Said, what do you get off of him? I don't know if he's alive or dead. I don't know nothing. So I have every time that happens, somebody sends me something. And then it doesn't happen for months. And then right before, I'm like, who's going to send me what now? But Jennifer does. I've heard the same thing. People will visit before she even knows what's happening. I wish they'd stay until it was time, because I need to sleep. But, it still didn't make any sense. The word here, I don't know what that meant correlated with anything else, but they were letting me know they're there, whatever it was.
Could you tell if it was a male or a female voice?
It was a male. But it was a more elderly male. the picture I read was not. Unless they were just whispering. I don't know. But nope. And it's always right between that all the way asleep and just going to sleep where everything is louder than it really is. And it wakes you up like, whoa. And then you have to decipher what it really is. So, yeah, I still don't know what all that is, but the activity around here must be something I'm doing.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Whatever it is. I mean, it's not bad. There's nights that it happens all night, but other than that, it's just like one time or something and it's gone. And if I don't turn over and actually write down what I heard or what I saw, I forget it by morning. Unless it was that profound like that here. I'm like, okay. There was another word. It said that it's a word I might have heard once in my life and never use. But I thought I need to write that down because it's going to make sense later. I went back to sleep. So now I know.
A few days ago, I thought I heard something in this house. It
That's
almost-
weird that all three of us have heard something in our house within the last week.
It happened at one time, but it was so clear that I actually thought my dad was in the house,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
but he wasn't.
Mhm.
I even went looking around and there was nothing.
Yep.
I almost never get anything like that in this house.
Yep. You know, once in a while, if it happens once a year or something like that, you can chalk it up to, I don't know. You know, I don't know what I heard. Might have been my imagination and move on. But when it continues, and like you said, it was loud enough for you to audibly hear and know exactly what it said.
No, I don't know what it said. I heard something, but it was very clearly a voice, but I could not tell if it was male or female. I just knew it was a voice, but I could not make out what it was.
See, mine was
remember-
clear as day. Hello.
Yeah.
I remember there was only one time I remember it happening. I was in my early 20s and heard my name, broad daylight, had the door open, and I was sitting in a recliner close to the screen door. I heard my name. A woman's name called my name. And I got up and looked outside, not a soul outside. I'm like, okay, that was a little weird. Walked all through the house, nobody. Like, okay, I'm done with this.
Do either one
And
of
I
you
never thought of
get
thinking
creepy crawly feelings?
Mm-hmm.
Last night, when I went to bed, I was reading my book, and I kept feeling something like an ant.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about now.
Mm-hmm.
And I got up several times. I looked over the bed, everything. I could not find this ant.
Jeremy, whose anniversary is coming up or birthday?
Well, my sister's birthday is today.
No, somebody who's deceased. An anniversary, a birthday, something significant.
Significant to me?
Significant to them, like their birthday. Their something significant in their life that you should know about.
The only thing I can possibly think of is that a year ago this month is when we had our first family member pass away, and we had that string of one person a month.
And who was
I was
yesterday?
never close. I was never close to her. It was my dad's cousin, and he was very close to her, but I never was. I think I only saw her 3 times.
Mm-hmm. It has something to do with that.
Huh.
It's when that happens, when it just happens out of nowhere like that, and it usually doesn't happen to you. Look back and see whose anniversary,
Yeah,
an anniversary of
I feel
what.
like I had an ant in my bed, and it's like I don't have. Well, I do have ants, but they're down here.
No,
Never
it's
upstairs.
the electricity. It's being touched. It's the electricity.
Yeah. Yeah, my lamp is like 3 feet away from me.
I didn't say electricity from a lamp.
She's meaning
Oh,
spirit.
wait, no. I do have those bed shakers underneath, but no, it's just weird.
Hmm. Yeah, and you're probably going to get another one within a week. But it
No,
won't be the
leave me alone. I want to go to sleep. I want to leave.
same. It won't be the same thing. It won't be the same thing. It'll be something different. But you'll know when it happens. It's
Yeah.
a lot of times we overlook it.
that was really weird because I really thought my dad was here in the house, and I did not have my hearing aids on.
Okay, so that's probably more psychic than actually audibly hearing. And that's the way a lot of us hear it, is in our heads. We couldn't hear it outside of our heads if we tried.
Yeah, because during the day I'm writing my book, and I don't have my hearing aids on because I don't want anything.
Yep.
Not even hearing the click clack of the keyboard. I don't even hear that.
I would not want to do that. That would scare me to death that I couldn't hear somebody walking up behind me.
Yeah.
Or somebody, I couldn't do that.
Yeah, I'd have to.
It's the humans I worry about.
You're
It's
right.
not spirits.
I'm
It's
just
humans.
used to it. It doesn't faze me.
Yeah, I don't worry about spirits. It's humans.
Right. At least, for the most part, this is a safe neighborhood.
Mhm.
Well, safe or not safe. I mean, it's still.
Well,
They-
we
they
did,
do
we did have a murder in this neighborhood about 10 years ago, but that was a guy killing his own mother.
That's even worse.
Yeah. But he was mentally disturbed.
Obviously.
Since you're having my nights here,
Oh, I'm telling you.
I get these. I went and got this for my little. Since I have those hot flashes, which I've actually been taking some, I haven't been having them.
Well, what's the temperature down there now?
Here or where?
Because she's always talking about how it's 150 degrees down there.
Let's see. Right at this moment, at almost 9 o'clock, it is 81
Sam.
degrees.
81, so it's cooler now then.
Well, it was been trying to rain on us, so that's what's dropped the temperature.
Last night was a high of 65 or like 65 yesterday. That was the high.
High of 65?
Last night was in the 50s.
I got one for you. Hold on. I'm fixing to pull it up. Hold on.
And this is still happening. Eileen, you better not be taking estrogen.
It's not that, but it's something else.
You better be careful with that shit.
It's
It comes
not-
out of nowhere and you're in the hospital. It's
Hey, I might
72 now.
I might get some peace and quiet.
No, you don't. No, you don't. They're in there every 5 minutes.
Right now, for me, it's 75.
So
We're cooler than you are.
what was it? Monday was the hottest. Monday was the hottest day on Earth in record history.
For that area?
No, I think everywhere. Let me
Oh
see.
no. Check New Mexico yesterday.
No, Monday it says it was the hottest day on Earth.
Monday.
4th of July, excuse me. Earth warmed to the highest temperature ever recorded by human-made instruments when the average global temperature reached 17.18 degrees Celsius or 62.92 degrees Fahrenheit on Tuesday. That was the Earth. As millions of Americans celebrate the 4th of July, data from the U.S. National Centers for Environmental Prediction shows.
While you're Googling shit over there, I just ran into this little article.
Well, it popped up at work, I guess this morning. I don't know what day it popped up.
That
Hello.
climate change is not going to help you any. Says, bad news for tequila lovers. Listen to this.
I'm tuned in now.
You got her attention.
Climate change could hurt your favorite drink.
I gotta have my tequila sunrise now.
Apparently not much longer. Favorite summer cocktail could be affected by climate change.
Sam's even like, oh no, not listening.
Agave crops, the key ingredient in tequila and mezcal, grow in the desert of Central America. They're pollinated by the long-nosed bat, which are under threat due to global warming, drought, and harvested for making liquor. Yeah, we know how they're harvested. Thank you. And they can't access the nectar. That means both the plants and the bats are in decline.
Wow.
Less tequila for your margarita.
I'm not even worried about that. I want my tequila sunrise. I already got my grenadine.
We're supposed to be getting some rain on Saturday.
Well, I can tell you what happened. They used it all for damn hand sanitizer. That's why it's in decline.
Actually, so much stuff did. That is why if you're redoing your house and you notice the paint prices
Mhm.
have shot up during 2020 to 2021, and there was a paint shortage.
Sam, not from the Inquirer, no.
They were
Is that
taking
even
some of
still
the stuff
around?
that goes in paint,
Mhm.
and that's what they used to make hand sanitizer. So being in the apartment business, we were literally having to stock up on paint because we couldn't buy paint.
Well, during the pandemic, they gave out those hand sanitizers that were actually made from tequila and whatever. And Zach had some, out there for people when he was doing the yard sale. And this, I don't know if he was homeless or anyway, he was just not well off. Went out there, grabbed the hand sanitizer, and drank it right there in the yard.
Oh boy.
Well, have y'all ever heard of Cathead vodka?
No.
Okay. Cathead vodka, there's a distillery here in Mississippi. In fact, I just went, that's where I was one day I couldn't be on. We were at the Cathead festival where I got to see the Band of Heathens. But anyways, I was working the Cathead festival. And but yeah, I've got a couple of bottles just for purposes of memorabilia. And so the Cathead distillery swapped out and quit making vodka and started making hand sanitizer. But yeah, Cathead vodka is good vodka, by the way, if y'all see it.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. I'm not allowed anymore. Apparently, I get mean.
Not that I ever drink, No,
me either. But if I did, I'd get mean.
just karaoke night.
No, we.
I
I'll
don't know
tell you what.
I'd be like if I drank.
Adrian didn't even catch that. I said just karaoke nights.
We can do karaoke night. That's what I told Jen and Jen. It's coming up on the anniversary. Poor Jen. God bless her. We had karaoke night out here for the wedding. And of course, by the time we turned that karaoke up, drinks had been turned up for quite a while. And I had our son out there and Jen and her man out there. And he's just sitting there watching, just having fun. Dad comes out and sings a little bit. And of course, our boy from Japan was here. And he's out there just messing around. And Jan's son was here. And he's out there singing with me. And then I played back the video. Damn. Number one, I think I can sing when I'm.
I know I can't sing, but I don't care when I'm drinking.
Yeah, that's it. And I'm pretty sure the whole neighborhood went, holy fuck, shut up. But we all took turns. We had a blast with it. And I told Jen it's time because Jen will get up there with me. She don't give two shits. And if Jan's up there with me, she might too. So we will see what happens this year. We're all about to get together here pretty soon.
Well, see, I don't know if have y'all heard of Crystal Head vodka?
Yes.
Okay. So I have a bottle of Crystal Head vodka with 2 shot glasses. I've had it for for years, and I've never opened it because, Dan Aykroyd owns it. He's one of the owners. And so I met Dan Aykroyd at the liquor store, and he autographed it for me. So it's all still. So he autographed the box and the bottle for me.
Mhm.
And it's still sitting on top of my refrigerator.
Mhm.
And I mean, it's a cool bottle. I'm the type that I like to go and buy bottles of liquor based on, thank you, based on the way the bottles look, because I do, like I said, I do upcycle my bottles.
Mhm.
So I want cool looking bottles. Friends of
That's
mine make fun of
40%
me.
alcohol.
We'll empty a bottle of vodka. I'm like, that's a cool bottle. I need that bottle. So let's hurry up and finish the drinks. And I do it for the bottles.
Uh-huh. The sink would do it the same way.
Y'all, okay? And I know Colorado would. I don't know about Indiana. But get you some chocolate or banana pudding moonshine. Oh my God, butterscotch is good, and peanut brittle is good, but chocolate and or the peanut or the banana pudding moonshine. That is the best moonshine. It's not like overpowering, and it goes down smooth. But oh my gosh, get you some chocolate or banana pudding moonshine.
I've never heard of that before.
If you're over the legal drinking age.
Have you ever had that what do they call it?
Throw that disclaimer in there.
It's a peanut butter drink. And I can't think of what it's called. It's already mixed. It's a peanut butter something.
I know I got some sweet tea vodka.
Now that I can handle.
You got the Firefly and something else, but yeah, sweet tea vodka, mix it with a little bit of lemon juice.
Oh, Sam, I believe Sam might understand what the distiller or not the stills up in the mountains are.
Sam, where are you from?
Dandelion wine.
Somewhere.
Look, I made a whole jug of Moscato, right? And
You
my
made
husband
it?
goes, yeah, and my husband goes, if you made that wrong, it's going to kill you. That is still sitting in the jug.
I bet it is.
Because once he said it made me think, which I knew it could, but some things you just don't think. And so I
Well,
literally made.
When someone reiterates it, it's like, oh shit, what I thought might be right. We have
yeah.
Operation
Crystal
Seal.
Head
There you go, doing exactly White Lightning.
Labrador.
Let's just say I spent some time in Kentucky, and
Jeremy, this is what
husband's-
Crystal Head vodka bottle looks like.
I know. I got it pulled up. It looks cool as hell.
it's-
It'd be even better if they actually put the cork in the mouth of the skull so that you can just pour it out of the mouth.
that sounds like something my dad had was a little
But
boy
then you would be
peeing, and that's where
missing-
it comes out of.
Now this is the cool one. Hold on, where is it?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That was
It
the
looks
limited
tight.
edition. But okay, Jeremy, have you ever had moonshine?
Jeremy does not drink.
I don't drink.
You've never drank.
I drank one time when I was 3 years old.
So you've never drank. Okay,
No.
now I knew you didn't drink now, but
No.
No.
yeah, I see if the old smoky
Yes.
see Adrian, see if you can find the chocolate or the banana pudding.
I bet we
Y'all
can.
think we go to darts to shoot darts? No, we trying to figure out who's got the better drinks. We even have it's called Cheap Booze Tuesday. This one guy goes and he gets a bunch of the little airplane bottles of booze, throws it into a bag. You can't even look. You have to get it, and and whoever got whatever you got, you shoot it.
Ask the bartender the next time you go.
No, these are beer bars that we go to, so that's why we bring our own drinks.
Well, next time you go to a bar that actually sells liquor and mixes drinks, ask them to make you a gummy bear. If they don't know how, Google it. It tastes exactly like white gummy bears. Exactly.
See now, yeah, no, we make our own. I always put myself around people who can make a killer drink.
See, look at that. You started talking about moonshine. We got a new viewer for the.
Well, those of us who know what moonshine is, we got some in the kitchen that his brother makes. He makes it out of, fruit. Then he makes some out of nuts, and then there's some out of raisins. I mean, I ain't eating drinking no raisin moonshine, but
Look it up. Look up chocolate moonshine.
I know they have chocolate wine here.
Now I think Shannon's the one when we were camping, of course, during that nice camping in the freaking ice storm day on the investigation. She's the one I think that went and got the butterscotch. Either the butterscotch or the peanut brittle. I don't remember.
That's where I draw the line, is drinking on investigations.
Yeah, okay. We weren't drinking on investigation.
Oh, okay.
We got there on a Friday night. We set up camp. We bonfired, trying to get to each other, drinking and all. We were at an old homestead, which we knew stuff could happen, but we were going to be there a whole weekend. And then we investigated. We investigated Saturday night, so we had all day to sleep. So, I mean, it was, so the investigation was not, but we had to stay warm.
Yeah, you just think you are.
I mean, literally, what started off as snow ended up freezing 3 states for a whole week.
Yeah, no.
And in the South, that doesn't happen.
That's okay. That's why when we go in August, we're staying in an air-conditioned nun house, which was not air-conditioned back then, but the nun's house. And there's a kitchen, there's a bathroom, there's 3 bathrooms. And everybody's, we're good. Inside.
Yeah, at least it's air conditioned.
Yes, that is. Now, the building
is
itself, the Abbey is not.
Banana pudding.
Oh, wow. Yes, they do sell those here.
And
there was a guy on TikTok yesterday that tried. He went from the strawberry, it was like strawberry cream something or other.
Was it this one?
Yes. Then he
we had that one too.
He went to there was one that was like coffee flavored something.
Now I do have some espresso vodka.
Okay, that might have been what it was in the moonshine thing. And then he got another one and apple pie. And then he went to the blue. And he mind you, this guy does not drink. He was dared. So he took one. He goes, "Oh, this is really good." Took another one. "Oh, this is okay." Went to the apple pie. He goes, "This is damn sure not grandma's apple pie." Then he got to the blue one. He said, "Do not do this. This is like gasoline. Do not do this."
Well, and that's what surprised me when I drank it, how smooth it was.
These people that can do this vodka straight, hell no. You better be damn well half lit before you do that.
Was it this one, the blueberry muffin? Hold on. Yes, I'm over the age of 21, unfortunately. I'm 24.
No, it was a lighter blue. Almost clear see-through light blue. And it was like gasoline.
Dill pickle moonshine.
I've seen that.
Don't think, was it this one?
Yes. He said that was the nastiest stuff he'd ever. Well, of course, he does not drink, but he liked the others. When he got to that one, he was like, "Nah." He said, "Okay, I'm going to give you my take on all these before this hits me because I'm done."
And this, I think, is what Sam was talking about.
I've tried. Those are more sweet than anything else. I cannot do those.
Jeremy's like, "Y'all have done lost me."
Hey, what do you got? What do you got, dude? Okay.
Jeremy's like, "How did we start talking about alcohol?"
Well,
I was.
Guys, we're 4 minutes over, and it's time for the show.
Yeah, it is.
I know. I'm fixing to go in my bedroom and watch it.
Legion of
Uh,
Exorcists, everybody. Starring one of our very own, Sean Whittington.
And actually, Rita just posted that it is now the third most watched show.
Oh, awesome!
Wow.
Because I think this is the last episode of this season.
We were just very thankful it was not the other show that's the third most watched now.
Okay,
That's
I don't even know what show that is, but okay.
Oh, yes, you do.
Do I? Okay.
Mr. Demon.
Oh, yeah.
Uh,
What is my screen? Someone tell me what I'm doing wrong when I'm on StreamYard. My screen keeps going black.
It's not on this end.
I'm not seeing it.
Okay.
I think it's going to sleep on your end.
But I'm on it.
Sam, it's Legion of Exorcists. It's on Discovery. It's not on Discovery yet, is it?
It's on Discovery Plus,
Okay.
HBO Max, Travel Channel, and something else. But
Travel Channel is what I was trying to think of.
but I do it through Discovery Plus through Travel Channel. So y'all have y'all guessed all the rooms in my house you have been in today? I'm the traveling laptop.
It's,
Yeah, I have
it's,
to go-
it's the Traveling Paranormal Show.
So I have to go through Prime to get to Discovery Plus to get to. So I have to go through Act of Congress, but I'll get there. I'm
Yeah, there
supporting
you
my
go.
buddies.
Those preachers talking about their experience. They're not preachers. And Sam, I actually know all but one of those people very well. And that last one I've met, I just don't know him very well. He's actually Eileen's friend. But anyway, regardless, these are actually true stories. These guys did not allow. Yes, they're actors that
Yeah, I'm about to
portray
say they
them,
are reenacted, but
but it's the true stories that they did not allow them to reenact, crazy crap from them. They kept it real.
they
And
did. And
they are all real experiences. They are all exorcists.
no, they're not all exorcists. Rich is a demonologist.
Okay.
He will correct you in a heartbeat on that.
Sorry, Rich.
So with that, we'll go ahead and let you guys go so that everybody can go and watch that. Again, it's on Discovery, Travel, and HBO.
HBO Max.
So I want to thank everybody out there for joining us tonight, playing along, and we've had some interesting conversations tonight.
Cheers.
I'm doing good now.
Okay. All right. Have a good night, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Good
Bye-bye.
night.